If you've been searching for very comfortable grips for the ASUS ROG Ally, well, you found the right video because these are extremely comfortable. They're super cheap at around 15 bucks, and they give you a similar comfort level as the Steam Deck. When you're holding the Ally just normally, you can see on the back there's quite a bit of space for my fingers. So people do find that when they're playing their Ally for a long time, their hand kind of isn't really that comfortable, and they like switch positions, and they always say that it's not as comfortable as the Steam Deck. But if we go over on the other side now, you can see that if I'm holding this just normally, my fingers have a huge back piece now just to lay on, and it just feels really comfortable. You can also see that there's still space for my finger to hit these back buttons, but I promise you, as soon as you put this on, when you hold it like this, you'll think, wow, it's just like a million times better. When you take these out of the box, you basically get your back pieces and your front pieces, and they just snap together. It's made from a reinforced polymer that's very durable, and it comes with a little tool for taking these off easier, but I'm pretty sure once you put these on, you won't want to take them off again. When they first sent me these for review, I thought to myself, alright, I have an Ally so I can review them, but my back plate is the mod case from Handheld DIY, so I thought I may have to change these out to put this on, but that's not the case. These are actually compatible with the stock backplate as well as some third-party backplates. As long as they have a similar design and form, these will snap onto them just fine. The assembly for these are really easy. You just take a back piece and you line it up with your Ally, and you can see the front piece will snap in here. They line up really easily, so all you have to do is make sure that they snap in place. Just make sure that you get the top, the corners, and the side. If you're having any issues with this seam snapping together, you might just have to give it like a really good squeeze like that. There is something that I want you to be aware of for third-party backplates. If you notice on mine, there's a little tiny bit of space between my white stock front plate and my third-party back plate. This little space here is a spacer I was using so that my back button would feel a lot better. You can actually notice a little tiny hole here because it's spaced out a bit. But if you look over on the right side, there is no space. It's in a little tiny bit tighter. So if you've had any adjustments on your back plate to move it out, you'll notice that when you snap these in on the bottom, on my right side this is snapped in perfectly, but on my left side there will be a space at the bottom too, and that's because this back plate is out a little bit. But that just ensures that my back button's working properly, and it doesn't have anything to do with this at all. But that's just something very minor I wanted to let you know about your back plate. I actually thought that these might jiggle around or move a little bit, but they don't. They're like rock solid. It's nice that there's a little hole here so that it doesn't get in the way of your Ally's vents. They have some more vents at the back here as well. But honestly, wow, holding this now is just so much more comfortable than it used to be. You can just see how my hands rest so comfortably on my Ally now. One of the best accessories I'd say you can get for your Ally for sure. It doesn't interfere with your face buttons or your joysticks at all. You can see that the joystick does not touch the plastic, and it has room if I push it all the way around. And another hidden feature with these is they act as like a stand for your Ally. You can see that I give this a pretty good push in both directions, and it does not want to fall down. If you have a table that moves, you'll see that it will move around on you, so it's best to use on a solid surface, and it's at about a 70-degree angle. They also told me that people sell grips on eBay and Etsy that are 3D printed, but they mostly focus on making the Ally wider, but the real problem is how deep the grips are. Another useful advantage of having grips like this is if you use your Ally with HDMI hooked up to a monitor or a TV, and you hook up an Xbox controller and you use this to play, but you want to play in handheld mode, so you switch back to your Ally. When you hold the Ally, you might feel like you're downgrading your comfort, but with these grips, it won't feel like a downgrade in comfort at all. This is the widest dock that I own, and you can see when I put it up here on the bottom, there's still a little bit of space on the sides, so this should not get in your way with your docks at all. I was trying to think of something to criticize with these, and I thought, you know what, let's just go on their website and see if there's any reviews. And obviously, all the reviews on there were great, but usually Amazon has something bad to say, so I went over there, and I noticed that there was a 4.3 star review, and I thought, well, what went wrong with theirs? So I had to look at the reviews. One person received their grips, but it was just for the one side of the Ally, so they never had the other side, but that had nothing to do with the grips themselves. And I looked at the other poor review, and that was just talking about a longer shipping time. So I couldn't really find anything bad that people were saying about the grips themselves, but then I had an aha moment. The only thing I can really criticize about these is that they only come in black. So my only suggestion for this company is that because they have such a great product, people might want to customize it a little bit. So just offer some more colors, or at least some type of vinyl or sticker or something that you can put over it to customize it. But yeah, awesome product, super comfortable. I'll have links down below where you can find these. If you're interested in my backplate, check out my mod case handheld DIY video. I also have a bunch of ASUS ROG Ally videos with helpful tips. I hope you found this video helpful. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.